Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, great. Is my audio fine?
Yeah, your audio is perfect.
Yeah, I'm doing this from the computer, and I've got a PS4 mic, so I don't know if this is like okay or
Yeah,
not.
no, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good.
All right, cool.
So should I start with the questions?
Actually,
Cool. I've been feeling good. Ever since Discord, ever since I asked you those questions about filming and editing, I've been just throwing ideas around my head and wondering what I should do.
that's really cool. Well, it's really awesome that you're like super interested in it because like that's all you have to be. How's like school and
Yeah.
stuff? You're a senior, right?
Yep, I'm a senior in high school.
Nice.
It's it's weird because it's the last quarter, and so trying to keep myself motivated, but these assignments are starting to feel it's starting to feel extra.
Yeah, I just started spring break, so I don't have any assignments for a week. Yay me.
How have you been?
I've been okay. It's been really hard this like winter was really difficult, especially with school and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but like, it's spring now, so I'm happy again. And it's almost end of the school year. So
How why is this year been especially hard in
this year,
particular? Yeah,
I mean,
pandemic of course.
besides the pandemic, well, I'm a junior now, which, oh my God, it's so much work. I've got like, end of year testing, got ACTs, SATs, AP tests. Oh my God, and like bunch of work. It was
Mm-hmm.
also really difficult because like usually in winter, I'm usually doing stuff in winter. Like even if it's like dark and cold and gross and I can't, you know, go out in the
Yeah.
sun, there's usually stuff that I
Mm.
can do. But now that everything's shut down, I've been really just holed up inside.
What have you been doing to kind of occupy yourself?
Occupy myself? Honestly, just schoolwork. Um, that's a good question. Um, I think right now I've started doing sports again. I started jujitsu and
Hmm.
I listen to a lot of music. I have not been doing a lot of like video making because I've like school is like so draining. But I
Yeah,
do
you
have
just
a
haven't had any time.
no, I just haven't had any time. It's been very difficult. How's the pandemic been for you?
I've been in the house probably a whole year now. Cause yeah, it started in March, and uh, we actually um, we actually stayed in the house a week before everybody was told, not to go out anymore. So it's been a year or so, and it's been weird adjusting to be in a house constantly with a family of like 7 or 8 people. It's been crazy.
That is a large family. Wow, yeah, I can't imagine that. I live with what, maybe three people at a time or four other people,
Uh huh.
but the least is like either by myself or two others. I can't imagine that many people. Do you have any privacy?
I was I was just about to say, if there's only like 2 or 3 people, like, do you think it would be better if you was in the house maybe with several people, so you wouldn't be alone throughout the entire quarantine, or you think it'd be better if not that many people in the house?
I don't know, actually. I mean, my sister's been here, and because of the pandemic, I think we've gotten a lot closer. I'm sure
Hmm.
that there are more people. You'd also get closer with more people, but I'm not sure. I think, I feel like it'd be kind of nice. You could do more stuff, board games or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. It probably. I think this quarantine has made a lot of people kind of discover any hobbies or passions that they didn't realize they had before.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
I'm looking through the questions, and I'll start with this one. So, COVID-19, how do you think it has affected you as a person?
That is a big question. So the pandemic, it started way back last March. I actually, that's when I started my YouTube channel around that time. So I can say that, oh, COVID-19 caused me to, start doing videos because I had so much free time. I was out of school, and, initially a lot of school districts, they weren't quick enough to implement, online
Yeah.
learning. So like last year, we basically just had the last quarter off. So I had so much time and I just got so bored that I was like, you know what? I love The Last of Us. I love video games and I'm bored.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna start making videos and shit.
I think, yeah, with COVID-19, that that first stretch of quarantine with, everyone adjusting to it and school not being prepared for it at all, I think that, I don't know how to describe it. That was a time where it just felt so surreal because no one was accepting it. It was something that was there, but no one knew how to react to it.
Yeah, I do agree that it was like really surreal. Now it's just normal and like life has gone on. I feel like initially it was kind of like, okay, the world is kind of standing still. Let's do something fun.
Hmm.
Let's try a new hobby. But I think, as it
Exactly.
progressed, it got really, really draining.
I've My counselor, she's told me about these with these situations where just these students and kids, they're feeling so depressed because of the lack of social contact with other people. And I was wondering, has it kind of been the same situation for you? Because I know obviously the homework has been overwhelming and whatnot, but do you miss that social contact with other people?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, I stopped sports for, that however many months, and I just got back to doing it again because I really needed to like interact with other people. And I'm not even extrovert. I am introverted, but like the like prolonged period of just being by yourself, total isolation, it was a very difficult time. And I can't imagine how it was for people who had, more friends, more reliance on like their social support. Because
Hmm.
I'm not super outgoing, but like that I can't imagine. But it's actually pretty cool because we met on like a Discord server. We're very familiar with
True.
like online friends, so has stayed consistent, which I think is
Yeah, that's
amazing.
yeah, that's been an awesome part. But yeah, I completely agree. I was gonna say, with COVID-19, of course, and just with obviously how everyone's reacted to whatever's going on. I'm curious if do you think that how do you think the world will return? Like once quarantine ends, how do you think people will act, or how do you think how do you think you in general, in particular, will act?
Me in
Quarantine ends.
particular, um, I think I have more appreciation for social interaction now because now I know what it's like to not have anybody, not really, to just be at home. So like I think I'm gonna be more tolerant to others' opinions, others' presence, and be like, you know what? Yeah, right, you do you. Good for you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's strange. Um, I think going back to school in person will also be nice. Um, because oh my god, online school. I don't think I've learned a thing this year.
Yeah, it's it's been completely ineffective.
Yeah, my teachers are so I feel bad for them. They did not sign up for that. And they're like one of the last people getting the vaccines. It's
Hmm.
totally undeserved, but
Is Are there schools in your area that are changing to hybrid at the moment?
yeah. Um, my county gave students the option to return in person or stay online for the last quarter. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
most elementary school kids are going back, just because it's a very different situation for younger kids. It's far harder, and it's far more important that they be in person. But
Mm-hmm.
most people my age, we've decided to stay on Zoom because like going back would mean being on Zoom as well because
Mm-hmm.
there's still going to be online kids and stuff. So it's just a waste, honestly.
Great. When it comes to teachers, well, the fact that teachers that they have to deal obviously with the new plans for hybrid and they have to actually go to school. Are you worried that teachers, that they're gonna come? I'm trying to say this. That they're gonna come into contact with COVID because I mean, it feels like the risk is so unnecessary when it comes to hybrid.
Yeah, I mainly feel bad for them because they literally have no control and they're being
Mm-hmm.
forced to go back without vaccines. I mean, many of them I know have gotten them not in a group because they're teachers, but other reasons or whatever. So I feel really bad for them. They deserve so much more for what they've given and the sacrifices they've made. I know I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to risk them, and I'm not going to risk myself. And so
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, next fall it'll be in a better position. More people will have their vaccines. It'll be safer.
Hopefully. Have you gotten the vaccine yourself?
No, not yet. Actually, my state they they're making everyone eligible for the vaccine on April 4th, I think. April 4th or April 7th. I don't remember. So that I'm really looking forward to.
Gotcha. All the conspiracy theories that we've seen online about the vaccine and the administrations. What do you think about those?
It's a bullshit, honestly. I mean,
And
there's no. I mean, it's actually so. The vaccines. Let me think about this. They actually, usually vaccines take maybe they take years to be developed, but they've developed a vaccine that they're administering to people in less than a year or maybe a year. And that is kind of okay. We don't really know the long term effects of it, if there are any, but at the same time, it's not worth the risk to wait. We're more likely to, you know, lose hundreds of thousands of more people if we don't put out vaccines, even if there is a long term risk, which there doesn't seem to be.
it's been so bizarre hearing so much stuff about the administration, the vaccine, and I've also been seeing a lot of stuff about, of course, Biden and people kind of expecting him to change everything instantly from day one. And that kind of leads me to my next question. What are your thoughts, not even about the Biden administration, what were your thoughts about the Trump administration in general?
Well, I feel like he put into effect a lot of things that will be deeply rooted, whether it be like socially, like how certain groups will view future presidents, how he's created like this really large division. And it's not something that Biden can easily fix. And that's what Trump manufactured. It took him 4 years, less than 4 years. It took him his campaign to create such a large base of loyalty that literally led to an insurrection at the Capitol, literal
Mm-hmm.
treason. That's what that caused. And that's not something that I think people should expect Biden to just reverse or fix in what his first 100 days, his first year, his first term if he's reelected. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's an American problem. That's not a federal problem. That is a social and cultural issue that is so deeply ingrained.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think is the besides COVID-19? What do you think is the main problem that America is facing at the moment?
Racism. I mean, at the moment, yeah, racism, right? The rise in Asian hate crime that has been occurring the past,
Yeah.
since COVID. That, oh my God, there's so many, there's so many issues in America that we could talk about, and it's interesting because COVID for a year we didn't have any like mass shootings or anything. So what I'm kind of hoping is there's been what, three recent mass shootings. There's been the one at in Denver. There's been the one in Atlanta, and recently, I think today or yesterday, there was a few people killed in a shooting in Virginia, at Virginia Beach.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that, maybe people will realize, okay, we had a year without mass shootings.
Mhm.
They're not something that are inevitable. They're not something unpreventable. I hope that, these past shootings, I hope that they serve as a catalyst where people are just going to be like, or legislation finally changes, especially with the Biden administration, especially with the Democrats with control of Congress. Like, actual change needs to happen.
Mhm. I saw something. I think I saw a figure or a chart that said that in these first 3 months of 2021, we've had more mass shootings than we've had, I think, in the past 3 years. I think in between January and March, I think it's double the amount.
Yeah,
So bizarre to think about.
it's it's terrible, and there's like, oh, everyone just wants to get back to normal. They want to go back they want to return to the normalcy of America. But now we're realizing, oh, normal America is mass shootings. It is hate crimes. That's what our normal is like. And that makes me think, oh, you know what? At least this pandemic did one thing. At least it was unifying somewhat. At least people weren't dying for like those kinds of reasons, for totally preventable reasons.
Mhm. There's been several moments where I kind of thought to myself that our definition of normal was the normal that we kind of want to return to is probably something that we might never want to return to. The normal that everyone accepted. Yeah, quarantine has kind of made us put a pause in that, kind of look at ourselves and see that normal probably wasn't good in the first place.
Yeah, I completely agree. The thing is, America is, it's very politically divided.
Yeah.
Tribalism is something that exists all over the world, and that's not going to go away no matter if you somehow beat racism or sexism or homophobia. There will always be tribalism. The fact that factions have been created over something that is so honestly like dumb, like political factions, it's just like honestly, what is the actual difference between Republicans and the Democrats? And like, what, we got a $1,400 $1,400 stimulus check. That's nothing. That's nothing. In like New Zealand, uh, people got like $600 a month. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's very difficult to compare the countries, but at the same time, they're
It
back
just
to
feels
normal.
a bit,
Yeah.
yeah. With there's been so much negativity in the world this past year, and so was there at any point where you was like, you want to make something, but you felt like you just felt like it either didn't matter or there's so many variables going on that it just would have made a difference, or it just you know would have helped or something?
Do you mean like create something to help, or like just make something creative as like,
Like either posting something or creating
oh,
something or
yeah,
anything
yeah.
like
You
that.
know what? Yeah, there, especially during the summer, and the Black Lives Matter movement that was really kicking off, and now that attention is being like, drawn to like Asian hate crimes, a lot of people, and sexual assault too, actually. A lot of people are posting about it, and I'm like, I don't really know what to do, because what is it really doing, you know? Especially because like my Instagram account, it's privated. I've got like a very small amount of followers. I'm not going to raise awareness for something that people already know, right? So how can anyone actually do anything? When does sharing information just become performative activism?
Completely agree. There's been several times where I kind of get frustrated or upset because you want to have a bigger platform so that you feel like you're kind of getting heard, but at the same time, obviously, that's not the case. And so, whenever you see someone else who does have a bigger platform, who's not speaking out or who's not saying the right things, it's extremely frustrating.
Yeah.
And so, to make things more positive, to go on the lighter side, has there been something this past year that you've achieved or done that you didn't think you'd be able to do before?
I don't know if I've done anything that I thought that I wouldn't be able to do before the pandemic. But there are some things that I thought that I wouldn't be able to do during the pandemic, which is, you know, staying on top of my schoolwork, which I've been able to manage somehow. I got a pretty decent test score on my ACT, which I'm really proud of. It's a good starting point, and I'm looking forward to improving.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've done a lot of applications for stuff that I'm interested in studying when I'm older, like STEM stuff. So there's summer programs, and that was like there are like 3 of them that I applied to, and I like wrote the essays and everything, and got my recommendations. I'm not sure where I got the motivation to do that, but I managed to do it, and I'm really proud of myself for that. How about you? You seem to be really on top of things.
I'm trying. I'm trying. It's like I don't know what. I think this past week, I don't know what, but I just felt like, you know, just making that first step, just doing that first step.
Yeah.
You got to do it before you do anything else. If you want to achieve anything, you got to do that first step.
Yeah, you know, like honestly, your first video doesn't have to be good. It can be really shit, honestly. But like go into it with the mindset that every video I make is going to be better than the last. But the thing is, you have to get out the bad video first. You need to set a base and then just make the next one better, and that will always get you ahead. Yeah. So
exactly. I saw something that said that how are you supposed to improve, and how are you supposed to get better if when you're doing your first video, you're constantly trying to perfect it, and you're constantly trying to edit it and worry about it and make it the first perfect video in the world. Obviously that's not going to be the case, and it just adds stress to you, and it's just going to delay whatever that you want to do if you're constantly worrying about that.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm a perfectionist. I'm like that with school. I'm like that with everything I can be. And you know, that's a part of my videos too. Initially, my first couple of videos were like, I just want to create something. I just want to get this out there. But you know, as you realize that you're getting like positive feedback, you want to make it better. You want to be better, and you want to make it perfect. And actually, recently, I think since whenever the Game Awards were, I do not know my months. Was that in like November or something? But I was planning on making a video, and it's going to. This is going to be my next video, and I've been writing a script for it in pieces like since then. And I think a big thing it's been a big mental block is that like perfectionism, not wanting to just wanting to tread lightly on topics and opinions.
I think that video of yours is. I'm already gonna watch it. Just to let you know, it's gonna be perfect. Your content has been. It feels like you know how people when they discover those channels and it's like the best quality and it's the best content. That's exactly what your channel
Thank
is.
you for hearing that. That's like so kind. You know, when I was actually making the video, when we were on Discord and stuff, and you like sent a bunch of songs. I still listen to those songs. Those were amazing recommendations. You like literally crafted my music taste. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm
Hey.
just like, you just seem so like driven to try new things, and that's like amazing. That's amazing, dude.
The only reason why, and I told you this before, was because, of course, when we had a Discord, and to see, I think to have firsthand experience and seeing the process and how they, how you wrote the script and how you are so meticulous about certain things and how you had this idea and this concept and you stuck to it and you made a whole video out of it and it was a pretty good video and I think that was inspiring to me. And I'm always trying to use sources of motivation. And of course, you are a huge source of motivation. That's the only reason why I made this video, is because I to see someone do it, I was like, okay, maybe I could do it
Yeah,
myself.
that's amazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing your channel. Do you have any ideas? Do you have any ideas of what kind of content you want to make? I know you made like a college video and then you're doing podcasts. Is there any like niche that you're kind of getting into?
So I've been digesting a number of videos recently about making a channel and what I should do. And I keep seeing different pieces of advice, and it's like always stick to one or two niches or stick to two or three. And then one of them is like, don't stick to any niche and do whatever you want. And I'm still trying to decide what I want to make, but at the at the moment, I think I just want to make videos of whatever piques my mind at the moment, or whatever I think that I am extremely comfortable
Yeah,
making
I
at the
mean,
moment.
that's what
You
you
know?
screw niches. Just make the videos that you want to make always. That's just it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're gonna start to resent. You're gonna start
Exactly.
to resent the process and stuff. Just yeah, that's a good mindset, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Make the videos that you want to make.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Is there something that you want to achieve or accomplish by the end of this year?
Probably right now, just get a good SAT score. Um, but I do. I want to make more videos. I'm not gonna set a goal for how many videos I want to make this year, but I want to get the video that I'm working on, and I want to get, at least like two more, hopefully. I have not been playing many video games recently,
Mm-hmm.
so I should probably get on that. I have. It's
You've been
been
too
very
busy.
difficult.
How, when it comes to school, and you're trying to balance, you know, making a video or writing a script and that whole editing process, but then also maybe playing a game or watching this and that. It's like, how do you balance all of that? How are you supposed to have a schedule when
I
it comes to
don't
that kind of stuff?
honestly. It's been very difficult. I don't know. I think that's a myth. I don't think people actually can balance all that stuff. I I've given up video games for how many months? It's not even that I don't want to play them, or it's not even that I can't play them. It's that like I don't have the motivation to. Like I do my schoolwork, and that's what I need to get done. And after that, I'm just like I've been exhausted, or I just like the just being at home all the time. I just cannot sit down and enjoy video games. So there's gonna be things that you give up along the way, and sometimes you have to pick between different priorities, and that's just how it's been. And it's not been something that I'm happy about, but I know that going forward,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have more freedom. There's more to look forward to, and that's like all you can really ask for.
this is an extremely broad question, but beyond school and just beyond everything, what is there an ambition or goal? I don't know, maybe 5 years down the line, or just years down the line that you hope to have done by now.
Mm-hmm.
Hope to have done by
Not
then.
really. I think I just want to be. I just want to be happy. I don't really. I can't really. I can't really imagine where a specific path of where I might end up or what I might be doing. But as long as I'm happy and I'm secure and I have people who I care about around me, that's what I want. And I think that's a good goal. Anything I worry about the specifics, like short-term goals. Like it's just something that builds up. I just worry about short-term goals.
That's honestly what everyone should want in the end. Just
Yeah,
happiness.
it's different for everyone. Some people are like, oh, my friend Manny, I told you, he's very motivated at sports and stuff, and he's one of those people who are like on the grind and stuff, and that's what makes him happy. And something that like I don't like about some people, not Manny, he's amazing, but some people who are like, oh, to be happy you need to do this, or to be happy you need to, live a good lifestyle, you need to be healthy, or you need to read a lot, or you need to have a legacy or something. But that's just not, happiness is different from like for everyone. People find purpose in different things. And that's why, to say, oh, I want to be happy, that means different things for different people, but it's always the same kind of feeling.
It sounds like you have the perfect and ideal mindset that a lot of us need to kind of work ourselves
Yeah,
to.
I mean, I feel like just being open-minded about other people and their choices and their goals will take people a long way into seeing, oh, this is what I value, this is what someone else values, but we want the same thing in the end. It's unifying. It's nice,
Mm-hmm. Who are the people that have inspired you the most?
To what? To like that?
It could be anyone.
Do you mean like to make videos or to like?
Just inspired you with anything.
I think my dad has been a big inspiration to me. We don't have the perfect relationship, and I don't think anyone has a perfect relationship with their parent, but we have a lot of the same interests, and because of that, I'm kind of, we're kind of friends. We're friends in that way, and I look up to him and about certain things, like we work out together and we like watch the same sports, and it's not like some big monumental, oh, your ideas inspire me or something like that. It's, I want to do the things that you do. I want to like the things that you like. I want to be good at the things you do and stuff like that.
Is there? I don't feel like you're the kind of person that probably looks up to a celebrity and idolizes them. But is there anyone who has hacks that you would like to copy or emulate, or do you just feel like you want to set your own path, set your own thing, do be yourself, and establish your own thing in the future?
I don't know about celebrities. I don't really like celebrities that much. Don't trust them. But
Yeah, I figured.
yeah, I don't. That's a good question. I think I look up.
I just felt like you probably.
Sorry.
I just felt like you was probably the the kind of person that didn't look up to them. Like I feel like you probably I don't think you were the kind of person that would idolize a person. I think that's too much.
I it's interesting. Sometimes I do. I think no one's immune to idolizing people. I think that's how you learn. And when they make a mistake and you realize they're human and you shouldn't be putting people on pedestals, and you should be taking them for their intentions. You should be taking them for their actions and weighing them and deciding for yourself what do you value and what do you respect about them. Because I think people have trouble with this, but there are people who have traits that you can respect. You can respect one thing about someone without respecting something else. Like regardless of what they've done. I mean, maybe not regardless. There are some lines, but for example, I think I idolize you for being so motivated about things. I find it amazing, right? And I know you have. I feel like you kind of have a big impact on other people and the people around you because you just seem like you're very kind. I know you're very kind to people in the Discord server, and I know that. Wait, isn't there like a fan account? Someone made a fan account for you on Instagram. Yeah, I followed that. You have a big impact on people, and that is something that I aspire to do. I want to be someone that's kind to others. So I idolize my friends.
You don't.
Sorry.
Oh, continue. No, continue.
Yeah. I idolize my friends. I look up to my friends so much. I can like list things that I love about every single one of my friends, even if there are traits that I don't like about them, or even if it's a friend that I butt heads with a lot. I had a friend in Australia. We always got into arguments, but we were part of the same friend group. But something that I admired so much about her, and it was just so amazing, was that she started her own like clothing business, and she was so diligent about that. Yeah, she was so hardworking. She, I found that amazing. She was so creative, and I love that about her. So I find something to idolize about all of my friends, all the people I care about.
I was gonna say, do you feel like you're not that kind of person yet?
What do you mean?
Because you said you want to be, a kind, and you want to be that kind of individual. But do you not feel like you're not that kind of individual yet?
No, not necessarily. I feel like I realize that, that's not something that's innate, right? You work hard for that. And I feel like I can definitely work hard. I can work harder for that. I can be kinder to people. I can be more, outgoing. But you should always look up to. There's always room for improvement. I think, even if I consider myself kind or whatever, I could always be kinder. Because no one is always kind. No one is always good.
Yeah.
So it should always be something that you aspire to, right?
Agree. Do you hope to own a business or start a business soon? When, of course, school is over and you got a stable career. But do you hope to make a business eventually?
Maybe. I feel like I don't really know what I want to get into. I've been thinking STEM. I've been thinking like pharmaceutical stuff. So something I did think about was like, you know what? I really want to help people who are disadvantaged. And one way that I could do that as, a doctor of pharmacy or whatever is I could create my own business. I could sell my own, prescription drugs. I don't know if I'd have control of the prices, but maybe I could make more of an impact that way. But that's like, I can't worry about that right now because like I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Yeah. But it's amazing that people are able to create their own businesses and create like a life and help others. It's really admirable.
I feel like anyone that has the ability and uses that ability to contribute and to help others, I think that makes you a terrific person. If you're able to stick what you love and to what you want to do, I already know that you can help tons of people, and I feel like you already have helped tons of people. That's right. So I'm excited to see what you do.
I'm excited to see what you do. You're very kind. But yeah.
Thank you. have you? What are you most proud of
Like
doing
ever,
or have
ever in
done?
my life.
Yeah. What are you most proud of in your life?
Honestly, I think just growing as a person. And I kind of quantify that in different ways. But one example is that I apologized to my friend for something that I said, some really insensitive, rude thing that I said a couple years ago. I apologized like recently, maybe like end of last year. So it had already passed, but it was something that kind of weighed on my conscience. And I realized, you know what? Why would I do that? Why would I say that to someone who's, you know, kind of saved my life in a way, someone who's so kind? Why would I believe something ignorant? And I apologize for that. And I feel like that's one of the markers that, you know, I have grown as a person, and I will admit my mistakes, and I will apologize for them. And, you know, sometimes I'll make mistakes and I won't know they're mistakes. I think people are too. Sometimes I need to like be hit in the head, you know, not really, but you know, you need to make mistakes and you need to be, you need to hurt people kind of. That sounds really bad, but you need to realize that the things you say and things you believe have impacts on other people.
Are you the kind of person that dwells on stuff if something doesn't go your way?
If something doesn't go my way, I used to be, like I mentioned. Did you want to expand on it?
Because that probably sounded way harsher than I intended. I mean, like, if you feel bad about something, or if you feel guilty about something, are you the kind of person that kind of dwells on it?
Yeah, I am. I feel like that's important. If I didn't dwell, I think it's just like kind of having a conscience. If you feel guilty, you are dwelling on it, right? Yeah, especially since I try to be a good person. I do now. I consciously think about that. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I didn't always think about my impact on others and how I could be a good friend to others years ago or the last year, you know. But I think that's an important trait to have as an adult.
Cool. Do you like knowing that you don't know everything, and that like there's so much more to learn and to adapt to and to adjust to? Do you like knowing that there's so much out there that we haven't seen yet and that you haven't experienced?
I think it's very imposing. It's scary. It's scary to know that, but at the same time, regarding like change and learning, I am 100% confident. Maybe not 100%. I'm very confident in my ability to adjust to situations, to adjust to learning, to be able to learn, because I'm very good at learning. So maybe it's scary. I think it'll always be scary. It's normal for it to be intimidating, but as long as you have an open mind and confidence in your previous experience and change, if you just like, if you know what it's like to be completely out of your element, it won't be as, you'll be able to adjust better. And I'm ready to take on anything, even if it's terrifying.
That's a terrific mindset to have.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think the pandemic has actually been kind of good for that. I hope it's made people realize that, you know, some change, some adapting to a situation isn't always, you know, overcoming an obstacle. Sometimes it's kind of just, you know, surviving. It's just making it to the other side. And when you do, you realize I am able to do that. I'm able to suffer through the worst time and make it out. And if you apply that to anything, it's amazing. So hopefully people take that out of quarantine at least.
Hopefully. Has your confidence always been like that, or has it, of course, gradually improved over time?
I'm not confident. I mean, there's certain things I'm confident about. There are way more things that I can be confident about. But yeah, you just kind of, I think, realizing that I don't know a lot about, like, to stop making assumptions about people and their beliefs, and to stop assuming that you know better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even like last summer when we were on the Discord, and I know like I picked a lot of fights where I was like seeing smart or whatever people said. But honestly, I wouldn't do that now. I would not do that now. And I think that's another marker of growth.
Do you feel like you were, well, first of all, you were the most sophisticated person on the server. That's just the truth.
Sophisticated. That's funny.
Just true.
Sophisticated.
But you were the most sophisticated, and you were the smartest.
I don't know about smartest. I think I could just articulate what I thought. People have amazing thoughts.
Yeah,
or I wasn't.
You were the most mature.
Sure, I don't see. That's another thing. Like, I'd stop having expectations of people because, like, there were a lot of moments that were like super aggravating because I was kind of expecting something from other people, and now I realize, like, you know, who cares, honestly. that whatever someone decides to act like, that's their decision. And I'll just like I'll just be chilling, you know. It's like that's how I'd react now. I was a little forceful, but like I know that now, and maybe I didn't learn that because of them, but I'm able to use what I know now and reflect on that and realize, oh yeah, I wouldn't do that now.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's just natural, I think.
That the Discord server. What that Discord server? What do you think? What do you remember most about it?
I remember the hype for The Last of Us. Honestly, that was so much fun. I think, honestly, I most remember. This is the impact it left in me. I most remember the vibes. You know, the vibes of the summer of kind of being obsessed with this game, being obsessed with talking about it, and not having any other worries. I remember that. I also another impact it left on me was just the arguments that were had, and it was just so out of pocket. Yeah, I think it was a good experience, honestly, even if I wouldn't go back or talk to those people again.
I agree. It was kind of something that, you know, it had to happen once, and it was fun while it lasted, but
yeah,
you know, time to move.
It's not something that you should be like, or not something that, no, it's just not something that I'd like try to hold on to. That was a good experience. It was good to have people to talk to about stuff, but you know what? Life moves on.
Well, the Last of Us 2, what was that game? What did that game? What does that game mean to you at the moment?
I love it. I love it still. I mean, I'm not as like say obsessed. I'm not like as obsessed about it, but like the first and second game, every opinion I had about it is just it's the same today. It's the same today. I love him. I love them, and I mean, yeah.
With the Last of Us 2, and I will always be thankful to both games because I feel like both have played a instrumental part in who I am. It might sound cheesy, but I do genuinely feel like the thoughts and the conversations and the comments I've seen, and when I talk about comments, I'm saying like and analyzations and the themes of Last of Us. I genuinely feel like it has helped me. It has adjusted and forced me to, you know, adapt my mindset and improve my how I think and how I consider things, because I feel like one of the main themes of the game was, of course, you know, revenge, but to not let revenge consume you. And we could translate that to having friends, and if they, I don't know, if they backstab you or gossip or something, you know, kind of not letting that consume you. And that's just one of the small things that has impacted me. But has it done the same for you? Has it kind of the themes that the game express, has that helped you in your own life, how you deal with people and that kind of thing?
I'm not sure. I mean, like I haven't really had the chance to like interact with others as much, as you know. But I think it will. I'll remember that game. I'll remember the themes forever. I think the theme that stuck out to me was just forgiveness, and it was really impactful. It was like people can do horrible things, but no one deserves to. No one deserves to, be murdered. Honestly, that may be the big thing. Like, even if someone did something so terrible, people don't deserve to die. And that wasn't explicit about the game, but just forgiveness, not for the person. Sometimes forgiveness is for yourself. It's moving on, and I think that's really powerful. And I think that is important. Like moving on, being able to let things go. I'm not good at it. No one's really good at it, but I think that'll be very useful.
Has there been a piece of art or media that has had a traumatic or tremendous impact on you as a person?
Well, I'd say The Last of Us, but I'm trying to think. Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Sam Raimi.
Ooh,
Spider-Man. Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Amazing.
How's that impacted you?
Oh, I don't know. I just grew up with it. I mean, impacted me. Yeah, sometimes impacts are just like, oh, well, I know. I mean, like I grew up watching. I used to watch Sam Raimi Spider-Man like every morning, every single day, as a child, and yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
remember every scene, and it impacted me. I still love Spider-Man. I love I love the concept of
Yeah,
I love the concept of helping other people, even if you're just some broke person, even if you've got nothing going for you, helping others in any way you can. Maybe you can't be politically active. Maybe posting something on Instagram isn't going to change the world, but if you can help one individual in any way possible, even if there's you don't like them, even if they are a bigot, just human connection and helping people is the best thing I think anyone can do.
completely agree. What's that? See, that's a that's another I'll say quality or trait that you have. It's just ever since we started talking on Discord, and it just seems like you just yeah, it might sound cheesy what I'm saying, but it sounds like you've always know what to say, or that you've always again it goes back to the sophisticated part. It goes back to that. You seem to know exactly what to say or what you're thinking.
Thank you, but honestly, just saying what I feel or saying what I'm thinking, just honesty. I think people lack that. They're not really honest. Even if like even people remember the Discord truths, and everyone was just trolling most of the time. I feel like that's a form of dishonesty.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're just playing around. There's nothing wrong with that. But like if you never stop to, I don't know, reflect on anything or say what you feel or say your opinions without attacking other people, which honestly I did somewhat, which I regret because one, it was a waste of time, and two, can't change people like that anyways. But just honesty is the best policy. That's a quote from somewhere. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's I think.
I've always.
Sorry, but
Okay. Yeah,
I think
continue.
I'm used to writing a lot because I mean, I'm better at writing than I am speaking, and oftentimes in real life, in real conversations, I'm not as articulate about things. I think that you've actually phrased questions very well, and I think that's helped a lot with me answering. And Otherwise, writing is my go-to way of communication.
Do you ever journal?
Fuck no. That's not like, oh, people who journal are bad. It's just like I cannot do it. I cannot focus enough. It just feels so pointless. Now, that's why I write scripts and stuff. That's why I started it. It's a way to kind of channel that kind of energy and what I believe and what I think into something that I can create, and for it to have like an outcome. Because like with journaling, it's nice to see, oh, I kind of just need to see the product. I need it to like manifest in something that's like tangible, not just like a journal, not just a diary or whatever. That's just me though.
Mm-hmm. Have you, with your scripts, do you ever, if it was possible, would you ever want to write a script for maybe a show or a movie?
Maybe. I don't think that's my kind of writing. Creative writing is definitely something that I have less experience with, and I don't find myself to be very good at. But like explicit like expression, like what my videos are, or what I don't know, an essay might be. That's something else. Like I am a part of my school's newspaper. I'm one of the my class's editor for my school's newspaper. And I find that to be very fun. So like maybe like journalism, that would be a very cool career.
That's very, yeah, that would be a fantastic career. Have you ever wanted to do game journalism?
Maybe. Actually, if I could basically just do what I do with my videos, talk about what's amazing about a game, or what I found to be like profound, or what I think didn't work well, that would be very fun.
Yeah, that's right up your alley.
Yeah.
What's the, and these are the last questions, and I won't hold you any longer, but what's the greatest piece of advice you've ever received?
Oh God, that's difficult.
It could be an advice or a quote.
Quote. Oh geez, I've got terrible memory. Let me think this through. Ah, geez.
And if not the greatest, it could be the worst. Either one.
You know what? Just because my memory isn't working, and we already talked about Spider-Man, I'm just gonna go with great power comes great responsibility. But maybe the best ideology. Yeah, thank you. I just came up with that on by myself just then. I think.
You can't go wrong.
You really can't. It's such a good quote. I think the best kind of idea to have with me that maybe I've realized recently, or maybe someone told me and I just don't remember the quote, but just kind of like take life minute by minute and just help others, and try to be a good person, and that's all you can really do to be a good person. What about you? What about you? I'll remember this quote. So
it's funny because I ever since 2021 started, I actually I made myself write a post-it note on my wall. It has every quote. It has to be a quote a day, and so I have like literally a door that's just full of blue and pink post-it notes.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I mean, what's memorable?
And so I'll probably quote the for some reason the one that's sticking out in my mind right now is I want to say don't live in FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, and it says live in JOMO, which is the joy of missing out.
Yeah, I think I saw that recently actually.
Yeah, for some reason that's the one that keeps sticking out in my mind. There's other quotes, but I keep forgetting it.
That's pretty awesome. Now you have ultimate wisdom with all those quotes. I am jealous. My brain does not work, and I cannot remember anything. Actually, I should start writing quotes. I've started keeping track of what I consider to be my favorite movies, my favorite television shows, my favorite video games, and I think something else that I don't remember. But favorite quotes. Yeah,
Ooh,
favorite
that'd be
quotes
cool.
would be good. I like the quote, just like quote. It's just a phrase, I guess. Everyone is sad. I like that one. It puts things into it is
Because
true.
it
It
is
puts things
true.
into perspective. Everyone's just trying to get through.
That's true. What's the song that you're what's the song of your week or the song of your day, I
Song of my
guess?
day. So what have I listened to? Probably September by Earth, Wind and Fire. I think that's a band, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It makes me want to dance, but I can't dance. It's so sad.
It's a perfect song.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Earth, Wind and Fire, yeah, September. It's so much like that's my mood right
And
now. That's my mood right now,
continue.
just like wanting to dance. But like, yeah, that's it.
What is the since you know there's been a lot of stuff going on in your life, and of course you got all the homework and whatnot. We'll try to be positive. And so, what's one positive thing that you can think of that you're grateful for right
Looking
now?
forward to right now? Grateful
That you're
for.
grateful
Okay.
for?
Honestly, just having the ability to do what I want, to do what I love or what I need. You know, I have the means to do sports and to kind of, you know, get out of my quarantine slump. I have that ability. I have the ability to stay home and do schoolwork during the pandemic. Not everyone gets that opportunity, and those things are everything. They're everything for mental health, and they're everything for your future. And I'm so grateful to be able to have that.
And last question: what piece of advice do you have for aspiring
Aspiring
creators?
creators, just make the videos that you want to make, honestly. And if you don't want to make videos, don't. Just do what makes you happy and what makes you passionate. Because if it doesn't make you passionate anymore, then that's going to show through your creation, you know?
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you for
doing this.
having me. This is like the best conversation I've had in how many months? I've not been able to like, yeah, I've not had the energy to reach out to friends or anything, not that much. So thank you. You've been like the first person that I've really interacted
No
with.
problem. I'm just glad that that Discord server. I'm grateful for it because I've been able to have such an awesome relationship with you. You've been so fantastic, and you've been so helpful and answering all my questions, both in the past and now.
Honestly,
So
don't even
extremely
worry about
grateful.
it. It
Thank
is
you so
all
much.
you. I'm so happy that you're so interested in stuff like this. You're gonna do amazing. Whatever you do, it's gonna be awesome. Just you're so passionate, driven, and kind, and you're gonna get far. And I hope to be like you in that way.
Oh, stop
Yeah,
it! Thank you.
shucks.
You're already doing an amazing job, and you've already grown so much as a person, and you clearly have the right goals and the right mindset. So you're going to be just fine. You're doing perfect.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for having me. I hope you do well. I hope you're going well. If you need anything, let me know. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what kind of content you post. I need to follow you on my account. Wait, what is your name? Yeah,
For
one
the
second.
channel?
Let me just account. Yeah, I need.
And I actually published a
Okay, I
video.
need to watch it.
Thank God.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to look at it.
Oh no, don't worry. That was just a previous version of that was like the first version of the video. So this is like the actual
Okay,
version.
awesome.
So that's okay.
Okay, what is the Trey 101? Okay. Okay, nice. Your editing looks awesome.
Thank you.
Amazing.
You've been so kind, and I'm so thankful. I don't want to keep you any longer, but
No,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much for
You
doing
know what?
this.
It was really nice talking to you. We should talk more. We should talk more. Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
I'm gonna head out. Thank
Thank
you.
you again.
I hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good month.
Of course.
Hope you have a good quarter.
You have an amazing
Bye.
day.